Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Valentine Sports Show. I am your host, Frank Rampin, alongside Sal Grinstead. Here we are to break down week 7 of the NFL season. So, Sal, this weekend, rough for both of our teams. We did decently on the picks, though, better than last week.
Yeah, we're getting better throughout the year. I mean, we both went 9-6 this week, and we had an unbelievable amount of differences in the 15 games, but still found our way to match. And you're 17-16 overall. I'm 19-14, so the slight edge on you. I mean, maybe I can extend it. We'll see.
It's pretty good, honestly. Pretty solid overall. Above 500, I'll take it. Let's just keep expanding that gap. So let's start with the first game of the week, arguably the best game of the week. Steelers at Bengals, the icy hot bowl between Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco. Mike Tomlin was not happy to see Joe Flacco in those Bengals colors. Now, he finally completed the AFC North gauntlet, all 4 teams, and man, did he ball out. This was a great game to watch. Both quarterbacks played unbelievable. It was kind of just a shootout back and forth all day long. Pittsburgh went up early, 10-0. Cincinnati fought back, took the lead 10-0 going into half. Roared back were the Steelers, and then in the final 2 minutes of this game, there was 2 lead changes, long touchdown from Rodgers to Pat Freiermuth to give the Steelers the lead, and then Flacco brings him right back down. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and McPherson game winner seals it 33-31 Bengals. And you can argue this keeps the AFC North race alive. The Steelers would be 5-1 running away with it. Now they're not. Oh, Sal, I think you're muted over there, bro.
The Bengals are now the number 2 team in that division, and they're staying alive. And Joe Cool, he saved their season. I mean, when it was 10-0, that crowd was out of it. And then all of a sudden they have life, and Cincinnati's starting to erupt again. So really fun to watch. I mean, Joe Cool, 3 touchdowns. He doesn't even know the playbook. He didn't even know his players, but he knows damn well how to throw a touchdown.
Did you hear him say that after the game on the Amazon show? He was like, no. I didn't even know some of the play calls. He said that the play would come in sometimes, and he was like, yeah, I didn't get that one fully. I didn't know. And I just kind of looked at Jamar and just, it's like, okay.
Yeah,
so Joe Cool to Joe Cool.
Receptions.
Yeah, franchise record, 16 receptions. He had 23 targets.
I mean, that's what I would do if I was quarterback. I would just throw to Jamar and T. Higgins every time.
So let's interesting stat from that game, right? Joe Flacco, his final stat line in that game, 31 of 47, 342, and 3 touchdowns. Number I want you to really think about here, 31 completions, 31 for 47. Joe Flacco completed 31 passes on Thursday night. The Raiders played a football game on Sunday, and they ran 30 total offensive plays. Joe Flacco had more completions on a Thursday night than the Raiders ran total offensive snaps in a football game. And they lost 31-0 to the Chiefs, and I hate my life.
Wow. That's brutal for you guys over there in Vegas now.
Sal, let me read you a couple stats here, bro. That's just eye-opening, right? 30 total plays. That's the least amount of plays that any team has ran since 2002. It is these 2 teams have ever ran 30 or fewer plays in the last 75 years of NFL football. 75 years. There's only been 2 teams to run 30 or fewer plays in a game, and it just happened Sunday. The Raiders, dude, what a trash team. The Raiders had 3 first downs in the game. One of them was by penalty. They had 2 real first downs. The Chiefs had 30 first downs. We had 30 plays in the game. The farthest we got down the field was the Raiders' first drive of the game. We barely crossed midfield and got to the Kansas City 46. Immediately got a 10-yard penalty to go back and never crossed the 50-yard line after that play. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. The Chiefs started all the starters were out in the third quarter, and they were kneeling the ball with 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and we had all 3 timeouts left. Just an embarrassment game, and Andy Reid gets the first shutout of his regular season career.
I was thinking about this the other day. With them kneeling with, say, 3 minutes left, were you upset about that, or did you think that was more as a sign of respect?
I wanted the game to be over in the second quarter, so I was cool with it. I really, that was the most defeated I've ever been watching a football game in a very long time. It was a miserable experience, I'll say so. Gardner Minshew played. They put him in, they did that on purpose because he was our quarterback last week, and they just want to stick it to us and say, hey, screw you. They wanted him to throw a touchdown pass. Did you see that? They had Minshew in and Mahomes. They had Minshew lined up next to Mahomes. They snapped it to Minshew, and they ran one of those flip plays. They false started, so it wouldn't be a touchdown. Thank God Minshew didn't throw a touchdown against us, but they were just trying to step on our necks anyway,
And you were right, man. Rashee Rice, he announced himself coming back this week, 2 touchdowns. So hit the nail on the head with that one.
Yeah, they were feeding him. You knew that was going to come, and just a miserable day for Raider Nation. And I don't know if we'll ever recover. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if we'll ever recover.
And you're saying this is maybe one of the worst defeats of your life? I mean, my Dolphins are not far behind that. I mean, we looked god-awful against the Browns. Yep. We made their offense look unbelievable. I mean, Quinshon Judkins ran all over us. If it was a rain game, snow game, if it was sunny, it doesn't matter. They beat the shit out of us. Tua Tagovailoa looks terrible. I mean, god-awful. What did he throw? 3 picks?
Yep, 3 more picks.
It's unbelievable. And, Mike McDaniels, he's not going to throw 10 picks next week. Well, dude, throwing 1-2 picks is terrible. I mean, it's time to clean house. I would like to see Quinn Ewers actually get the start next week.
Wow.
I mean, it's been so bad.
We saw Kenny Pickett side against Kansas City for the Raiders, and he fumbled his first snap he took. He came in and he fumbled the first snap he took. It was awesome.
That's a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, of course. Both of our teams look like the 2 worst teams in football, probably along with the Titans. I mean, you could say the Browns, but the Browns just beat you guys. We play them too, so they could sweep us both. And you're looking at Geno Smith and Tua tied at the top of the league with 10 picks each. I mean, it's just unbelievably bad. I mean, and there's the double rant for us to start the show. So let's move 9:30 in London. London's team heads back home. The Jacksonville Jaguars play there. And you would not think that would be their familiar place to play because they got smoked. They looked absolutely terrible in this game. They did not wake up at all on offense. They had one good play on offense, and it was Travis Hunter's first career touchdown. So congratulations, Travis Hunter. I wonder how many guys have scored their first career touchdown overseas. That's probably an interesting stat to know that I don't have. But the Rams offense just did whatever they want in this game. Devontae Adams, 3 touchdowns. Stafford had 5 total in the game. Just a bludgeoning, 35-7, not even a game at all.
Yeah, this was a beatdown. It was nice to see Travis Hunter. He got over 100 yards too. He had 8 receptions, so really announced himself on the offensive side. But like you said, Stafford, 5 touchdowns. That's the most passing touchdowns by a quarterback in an international game. So, say Linden, Germany, whatever. But, I mean, he balled, and he only did it on 182 yards. It's just crazy.
And Travis Hunter didn't play any snaps on defense in this game, which I thought was kind of an interesting decision. I mean, I guess Puka was hurt, NFL's leading receiver coming into the game. But, man, I don't know. Devontae Adams is still on the team. They have a pretty solid receiving core, and you saw it in this game. Obviously, Stafford threw 5 touchdowns. I still am in the camp that I think Travis Hunter is a little bit of a better defensive back than a wide receiver. Obviously, he's just a freak with the ball in his hands. But, man, in college, I just didn't throw it to him, which obviously college is a little different than the NFL. But I still think the cornerback could be a thing with him. It's going to be interesting to see how they continue to do it. Especially, they said they were going to keep doing both. 0 snaps on defense could be a tell. We'll see. But we'll continue with the theme. I mean, it was just blowout city, especially in this early window. The 9:30 game in London was a blowout. Obviously, both our games were blowouts. Patriots, Titans, this looked like it could have been a good game to start. The Titans actually, I think, went up 10-0 to start this game. But then it was just all Patriots after that. Final score 31-13. It was just really not a game after that first quarter. Panthers, Jets was terrible.
This was Mike Vrabel's homecoming over there in Nashville right after they fired Brian Callahan, the guy they hired to replace him. So, yeah. And they were chanting for him in Nashville, so it's tough sights over there in Tennessee.
Yeah, tough sights. So we could say probably the Raiders, Dolphins, Titans, bottom of the barrel right now. Just no fun in any of those cities right now. Just terrible to watch that team play. Panthers, Jets, and just MetLife Stadium. I mean, I feel like 9 times out of 10, when a game is played at MetLife Stadium, it sucks. And I saw a post yesterday, and MetLife Stadium, I think it was built in 2011. I think it was the first season was 2011. Since then, that's a long time now. It's 15 seasons of football, and 2 teams playing that. Jets and the Giants combined, 2 winning seasons since MetLife has been built. And all the injuries, I think they should just knock it down. Build a new one, restart, try again. You failed, you tried, it didn't work out. Just start over.
That stadium's terrible, man. The amount of ACLs that turf has taken from star players is unmatched.
It's brutal. And all the games in there are terrible because all the teams that play in there are terrible. Like I just something needs to change. Like I don't know what's going on out there. Like
Yeah.
it's also like it's for being kind of a new stadium. It's ugly.
It really is, but I mean, Panthers find a way to win a ugly game to watch, and now they're 4-3 and a team to watch out for. That's 3 straight over there in Carolina.
And Justin Fields got benched in this game. Tyrod Taylor came in. J.C. Horn had 2 picks in this game. I mean, it's just, and I mean, the Panthers are kind of decent though. 4-3. The Panthers are a decent football team.
They are. I mean, they beat down Miami a few weeks ago in that crazy comeback win. They beat the Falcons 30-0. I mean, they're alive. I believe. Are they the front runner in that division? No, Bucks.
Bucks. But they're probably right there. I mean, the Falcons and them are right there.
They're only a game back from the Bucks now. Crazy to think about.
Bears, Saints, Spencer Rattler versus Caleb Williams. We talked about this one a little bit last week. The 2 former Oklahoma quarterbacks. Caleb Williams took Spencer Rattler's job, so a little bit of bad blood there. This was a rainy, windy game, kind of stagnant on offense both ways. 2 touchdown receptions for Chris Olave. That was all the offense for the Saints. And I mean, Caleb Williams didn't really do anything. They just ran the ball. The Bears just controlled this game on the ground. Kyle Monungai had a very nice day for Chicago in this game, and they just controlled the time of this game. They scored 17 points in the second quarter, and that was kind of it from there. They just controlled the tempo and the clock.
They did, and DeAndre Swift, he had a great game too, 124 yards and a touchdown. But, I mean, yeah, they got ahead, and then Saints tried to do too much, and then Rattler, forces 3 balls, throws 3 picks. Kind of makes it look like an ugly game for him, but, I mean, Bears are just a better team. They're now 4-2 and alive.
Bears defense has been a lot better than a lot of people thought it would be. Yeah. I really believe that. And man, NFC North again, dude, it's just unbelievable. Speaking of the NFC North, Minnesota Vikings hosted the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend. Probably the best game in that 1:00 window. The only game that really wasn't a blowout. Philadelphia came out hot on offense. A.J. Brown caught a touchdown early, finally getting him involved. Devontae Smith caught a long touchdown, so finally the offensive passing game for this Eagles team came into effect. But all 7 games this season, under 100 rushing yards for Saquon Barkley. It's been very weird. It's kind of the polar opposite of last year. I don't want to say polar opposite because they're not passing the ball great, but last year it was just, hey, Saquon, explosive run, like just take us to the promised land, dude. And he did. This year it has been a lot different, and it's been loud coming out of Philly.
He was pretty much a non-factor this weekend, but
all year.
I mean, with the game Jalen Hurts played, a perfect passer rating, which is only the 3rd time in Eagles history. And,
wow.
You think about all the greats they had. The ones that did are Donovan McNabb and Nick Foles before Jalen Hurts.
And wait, hold on. I know exactly when that Nick Foles game was. Nick Foles threw 7 touchdowns against the Raiders at the Coliseum. That was that game. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's the game. Perfect pass rating. 7 touchdowns at the Coliseum against the Raiders. Crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, so Jalen Hurts.
Nick, baby.
What's that?
Big Dick Nick, baby.
Oh, that's right. Guy's got a hammer on him. Jalen Hurts gets over 300 yards for the first time in like a year and a half, gets 3 touchdowns. So he was slinging the rock, bro.
And even though they had a good game on offense and he threw the ball well, turn on ESPN, you would not know. They still hate him. It's crazy. It really is crazy to be the narrative that they have against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. It's pretty wild.
And I think this is Devontae Smith's best professional game. He had 9 receptions, 183 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, it probably is.
A career day. So it's nice to see that offense get going over there in Philly. I would like to see the run game get going, though.
Yeah, I know. For sure. I think I've mentioned this before, but you always hear a lot about A.J. Brown, and it's probably because he makes you talk about him because he's posting stuff on Twitter. But, I mean, Devontae Smith won the Heisman Trophy, and you never hear this guy complain. Like, Jalen Hurts sometimes doesn't get the receivers the ball, but Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, he just does his business.
He does, and he doesn't take any bad hits either. He's a very smart receiver. He kind of, when he gets the ball in his hand, it kind of reminds me of Tyler Lockett. He gets down, doesn't take the hit, always healthy, always able to play. That's not like a Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill who get hurt every time they get the ball. So,
or like a Stephon Diggs, that he's kind of known for that too.
Yeah.
let's go into the 4 o'clock window. This was a much better slate of games. The 1 o'clocks was really just blowout after blowout after blowout. That Philly-Minnesota game really saved it. But the Indianapolis Colts, 6-1 now after beating the Los Angeles Chargers. And man, a lot of people were talking about the Colts going into this week. Oh, they haven't beaten anyone good. They beat the Broncos, but they got lucky. It was the leverage call. They killed this Chargers team. They controlled this game from the jump. They ran all over this Colts team and the Colts are over the Chargers team, and the Chargers could not run the ball at all. It was an impressive win from this Colts team.
This Colts team is elite, bro. Were they 6-1 now? And we both picked the Chargers to beat them because it's in SoFi. I mean, you kind of expect them to win at home. But after the Chargers started 3-0 in division, they've kind of been struggling. I mean, 1-3 after that. So they better figure it out quick or this season can flip over just like that.
And I have to bring this up. Obviously, I'm a little biased. I'm a Raiders fan. Those Chargers jerseys were absolutely horrible. Absolutely disgusting. Like, I'm sorry. Retire them. Get them out. Don't ever wear those again. Like, the Chargers have pretty solid uniforms. What are we doing? They look like mustard on the field there. That was bad. They look like the Minions.
See, Frank, I normally agree with you with most things. I actually
way.
I love a Cowboys jersey, brother.
Oh, dude, those were putrid.
I love seeing a little City Connect out there or something.
Ugh, dude, I almost threw up watching that game. I'm sorry. And that was the third game this year that Jonathan Taylor has scored 3 touchdowns. He's been unbelievable. He's on pace for 1,600 yards and 24 touchdowns this year. That would be historic.
Oh.
And this is the game everyone was talking about after Sunday. Probably one of the wildest games I've ever seen in my life. New York Giants to Denver to play the Broncos. And wow, this looked like an easy Giants win. Giants were in control of this game the whole time. Defense looked like we thought it could look all year because that was supposed to be their best thing of their team. Broncos were doing absolutely nothing, coming off that win in London, so maybe a little bit of jet lag coming back from across the pond. But man, 19-0 the Giants were up in this fourth quarter. 19-0. 0 points for the Broncos. And then out of absolutely nowhere, just boom, 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 boom. 33 fourth quarter points, the most points anyone's ever scored after being held scoreless for 3 quarters. And they win the game off a game-winning field goal, 33-32. Just a absolutely absurd game and the best game of the day, maybe of the year so far.
Maybe one of the craziest games I've ever watched because, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo, they played a great game. And then you see them going crazy on the sideline when they take the lead 32-30. And then they miss the PAT.
Oh.
I mean, are you kidding me? What a way to lose a game because when they miss that PAT, the game's over. I mean,
yep.
Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton, they're going to get you in field goal range, and they did. And I don't know who that kicker was. He had 2 missed PATs on the day. If he's not cut by –
he is cut.
This is Wednesday? Yeah, I was about to say, if he's not cut by Wednesday, there's something wrong.
He's cut.
That was terrible.
So obviously Graham Cano got hurt for them early in the season. They've been trying to get a kicker. They signed Younghoe Koo, but for some reason they picked this. He was an Irish dude. I guess he was through like some international program. His name was McTominay or something, McAdamy or something like that. And he missed an extra point last week too. So he's missed 3 extra points. He missed 2 against the Broncos and 1 the week before. So they were going to go up 14-0 in this game. The Giants were. He missed an extra point. They scored again to go up 18-0. They went for 2 to make it 19-0. Went for 2 and didn't get it. So that's why it was 19-0 instead of 21. And those 2 points were absolutely critical in this game. They would have won by 1 or potentially tied with the 2-point going to overtime. 19-0, right? Teams trailing by 18 or more points in the final 6 minutes of the game lost their last 1,600 games. 1,600 losses in a row. And overall, trailing by 18 with 6 minutes left, teams in the history of the NFL won and 3,666 until this game. Just the second game in NFL history, a team was trailing by 18 or more points with 6 minutes or less left on the game, and they come back and win. 2003 Colts did that, but just unbelievable.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Peyton Manning on. I think it was a Monday night game, but just ridiculous. And
14.
And Bo Nix became the first player in NFL history to have 2 passing and 2 rushing touchdowns in any singular quarter in NFL history.
Wow.
Crazy. Just a ridiculous game. And A wild comeback for the ages.
I know this is a bad loss for the Giants, but you got to be excited about what you got going on in that backfield. Jackson Dart is electric every single weekend. He had 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he had 11 yards on the ground and another touchdown on the ground. So you got to be excited. I mean, there's a lot going on over there. Cam Scatabo is doing great. You can only imagine how good it could be next year with Malik Neighbors there as well. So lots to look forward to in New York.
Yeah, as much as that is a brutal loss, just sucks to watch that. You got to be optimistic in New York. Like, you have a future. You have a future for sure. And let's finish up this 4 o'clock slate. 2 more. Packers Cardinals. This was a slow starting game. 13-3. This game was late in the second quarter. It looked like the Cardinals and Kobe Brissett were kind of controlling it. And then in the second half, Jordan Love woke up a little bit. Finally found Tucker Kraft, his tight end, a few times to make some big plays. They end up taking the lead late, hanging on 27-23 in just a pretty wild game. Big 4th down conversion. And like I said, Tucker Kraft came through with that one and then scored the touchdown to win.
Yeah, the story of this game, I mean, we've kind of been waiting all year for Micah to show up, and here he is, 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. So another great addition right there for the Packers defense. And they haven't really looked amazing all year or anything great, but, I mean, here they are, 4-1-1, and they have a great chance to just continue to be a team that could get that number 1 seed in the NFC. So hopefully they can, start playing some more complete football, because this was more of a scare than I feel like it should have been.
Yeah, their offense hasn't really clicked on all cylinders yet. Micah had a career day, obviously, 3 sacks, just unbelievable. Could have had 4, got called for a hip drop tackle. I don't know if you saw that. But interestingly enough, Green Bay, they have 4 wins, right? They have the tie to the Cowboys. They're 4-1-1. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams in the NFC that have 5 wins, but the Packers are the 1 seed because they only have 1 loss.
Wow.
So they have 4 wins, but they're the 1 seed because of that tie. So that tie is going to have a big, big implication to the end of the season for sure, especially because the NFC North is going to be super tight. But the entire NFC as a whole is going to be impacted by that. It's going to be fun to see. And I mentioned the Cowboys, that tie, right? Let's talk about the Cowboys now. Cowboys beat the hell out of the Commanders this week. Jaden Daniels got injured in this game. It's going to be interesting to see if he plays this week. Doesn't look like he's going to. Tough for the Commanders. And actually, that was the first time that Jaden Daniels and Dak played each other, because Dak was hurt last year. And now Jaden Daniels is banged up this year. So very interesting. But the Cowboys offense has been unbelievable so far this year. Unbelievable. But something came up yesterday that I'm going to have to bring up that obviously bothers me, but it just doesn't make any sense at the same time. The Cowboys now want to trade for a defensive end. Now they want to trade for Max Crosby now? Really, Jerry? Are you kidding me right now, dude? Like, are you an idiot? Like, you had Micah Parsons, bro. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, actually, what's wrong with you? That is just ridiculous.
They're trying to get Trey Hendrickson, too, from Cincinnati.
Trey Hendrickson just signed a 1-year deal. Cincinnati hasn't paid him. We just paid the guy. He's here for 3 years. Like, come on, please. That's all we have. That's all we have.
Oh, man. It was nice to see CeeDee Lamb come back this week, 110 yards, touchdown. Dak is continuing to be, I believe he's the MVP favorite, and as he should be. He's balling every week. So, and George Pickens had to take a little step down, obviously, with CD coming back, but still 82 yards. I mean, four catches, had a day. So, I mean, this offense on Dallas is unbelievable. Definitely a team to watch out for.
And they average over 40 points per game when they play at Jerry's World. So when you go in there, better place than defense. They're gonna score. And we'll go to Sunday Night Football now. Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco 49ers. This was a slow game. After a big win for the Falcons against the Bills the week before, they just didn't really have it going. Like, offense was a struggle. Bijan was not as nearly as a factor. And the guy who looked like Bijan last week, Christian McCaffrey, who the guy Bijan has been trying to get for the past 10 years. Christian McCaffrey, just unbelievable. He had over 200 total yards in this game. He's literally the entirety of the Niners offense, pretty much. Like, all their receivers are hurt. They finally got Kittle back in this game, but he didn't have that big of a factor. Obviously, his run blocking is huge. But, man, McCaffrey, just give him the ball, and he'll win a game for you.
This was an absolute shock because the injuries, you think about the 49ers, you think about their skill players, their quarterback. They were missing Fred Warner in this game too, which is their leader of their defense. And their defense went absurd. I mean, Falcons couldn't really move the ball whatsoever. And I mean, Mac Jones is continuing to find a way to win there in San Fran. So is there going to be a discussion when Brock Purdy gets back? I don't know.
I think there might be. And man, you see Bob Saleh going nuts on the sideline. Whenever he's there, that defense is just flying around. And then another Monday Night Football doubleheader. It seems like we've had one every single week. This has got to be the most they've ever had in one season. Like, I do not remember there being this many. Detroit Lions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first game. This was a very weird game. Both of these games, let's be honest, had some questionable officiating moments. That Lions-Bucks play with the fourth down with Cade Otton, when he challenged the catch, they challenged the spot. It was a double review. It was a whole. If that happened with Kansas City, I'll say this, that would be way louder. Like, I would be freaking out for sure. I mean, I was freaking out. I mean, whenever the refs do something that doesn't make any sense to me with no explanation, I never like that. It just, there needs to be transparency. It seems like they're lying about something. It seems like they're trying to cover up that they used New York to overturn calls, which if you're going to use New York to overturn calls, just tell us. I want the call to be right. We see it in 8K. We have 8K replays, 25 different angles. We know the right call. They should too. So if you want to do it, just use it. Let us know. Don't hide it. Don't like try to be so sketchy. Like, being sketchy and covering it up makes it so much worse for the NFL. I don't know why they're doing it.
Oh man, I agree. But this game was kind of weird, but it was the Jahmyr Gibbs game. I mean, he absolutely carried this game. 136 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had 82 receiving yards. So, and honestly, I wasn't very happy about it because I was playing him in fantasy and killed me, and I lost. So, thanks a lot, buddy. And he's unbelievable every week.
Yeah, I got McCaffrey this week against me, dude. So I had a 40 bomb against me as well. Just tough scenes.
Oh man, our teams lose on Sunday, and then our fantasy teams lose on Monday night. So
it's tough.
Absolutely great to watch.
And then the final game to wrap up Week 7, 10 p.m. kickoff on Eastern Time Zone. This game didn't end until like 1:35 in the morning. It was wild. Seahawks really had control of most of this game. The Texans' offense just continues to look terrible. There were 24 accepted penalties in this game. Just a pretty ugly played game all around, honestly. Seahawks ended up coming on top, and it was a tough night for Seattle because earlier in the night, the Mariners lost Game 7 on a heartbreaker. But Seattle Seahawks ended up coming through, and they're 5-2. 3 of the 4 teams in the NFC West, 5-2.
Yeah, it's crazy. That division, it feels like every year is a fight, every single year. But what I don't understand, why have this game at 10 p.m.? I mean, nobody's going to watch. Everybody's asleep. I mean, outside of me and you, who probably stayed up to watch, like, who else is watching this game? Everybody has work the next day. The ending the game at like 1:30 in the morning is just crazy. I don't see the point for it. I mean, that's just terrible. But I mean, if this game's at 8:30, it's such a better game because it was a good game, 27-19. The Texans fought back and gave it a chance there at the end. So it would have been a great game to watch, not at 10 p.m., but you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're doing that. I know there's only one Monday night game next week, so we'll see if I don't know if there's any more doubleheaders for the rest of the season. We'll see. Feels like they probably will be just because there's been so many this year. But yeah, I do think that's weird. I guess maybe they wanted to be 2 standalone games and have the West Coast audience for that late one. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the country lives on the East Coast, a lot of it,
Yeah, I'd say about half of it, right?
Well, more than like once you cut off like right where like Chicago, Indianapolis, right there, I'm pretty sure it's like 70% lives east of that. So it's like that's a big majority of the country you're cutting off there. So interesting decision, but hey, more football. I'm not going to complain too much about it. But that's going to do it for us here. Week 7 breakdown. Si, you got any more cool facts or nuggets for us or rants about the Dolphins being terrible?
I could go on a rant all day long about the Dolphins, dude. I'm so sick and tired of what's going on there. You remember the jerseys they wore? On Monday night, the
black ones?
Ago? Yeah.
The dark waters?
I just got one of those for my birthday yesterday.
Oh, nice, dude.
Jalen Waddle one, dude. That thing is sick, dog. Most beautiful jersey I've ever seen.
Let's go, dude. That's fire. That's fire. And yeah, dude, happy birthday, brother. Give you a shout out here, dude. Hope you had a beautiful day.
I did. Had a little hibachi, about to eat some leftovers.
Beauty. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Week 7 breakdown. We'll be back later in the week to do a Week 8 break our predictions. We're going to pick the games, talk about a little bit of the games this weekend. So make sure you tune back in for that one. For Sal Grinstead, I'm Frank Rampin. Hopefully you enjoyed. Peace out.